Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to prepare your premium Czech Pilsner lager, like this, from Brew. It's 2.1 kg sack of a brew malt with already some amount of hops in it, in the brew malt, so you don't have to put a separate hops, which I don't have in this case. And also I'm gonna brew it not with brewing sugar but with light malt extract that you buy in these pouches as well. It's 1.5 kg pouch. So also we're gonna use the Brew beer yeasts. That should be of a good quality. It's 10 grams of yeast. Usually you get 5 grams of yeast. This is 10 grams. And of course I may use, because it's a little bit cold weather in these days, I may use the heat belt that looks like this. Basically you wrap it around the barrel and plug it in, and it just heats it systematically. You can use the timer with it, which I recommend, when you set your time when you want your heat belt to be turned on, but you don't have to. Okay, so, and also the last thing that we have here is a brewing barrel. Right, I already have the 21, 22 liters of water in it, prepared from the previous days. I always put the water in a barrel and leave it for at least 48 hours in a barrel, just to let all the gases as a chlorine to get out and the water to basically settle itself. And next thing we need to do now is we need to heat up the pouches a little bit. This one and this one. You want to basically a little bit melt it so it's more liquidy, because this is very kind of stick in there. So the way to do it is that you take a big pot and you basically place it in a big pot. I recommend you chop the corner of it in prior to it, because then it gets kind of hot and slippy, so you could it's easier to do it before. So you place one there, and we place the second one in there. And of course, now we wait for about, I don't know, 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be hot, it could be just slightly simmering. Don't have to boil it, don't boil it. Just slightly simmering for 15 to 20 minutes, so it gets softer, the content gets softer and you easily get it out of the pouch, right? So we leave it like this, and once it's done, we're gonna pour it all in the wort here and mix it thoroughly, very well, right? So just see you in 15-20 minutes once these are melted. Okay, so we have heated up or warmed up our light malt extract and our beer kit. So now we are gonna pour it into the barrel and mix it very well so everything dissolves through the liquid properly, and then we check the temperature and add these. Okay, so let's get to it. So as you see, I have a big spoon here that is brilliant for mixing. It goes all the way down, mix perfectly. The thing to make sure is that nothing falls inside the wort, any bits and pieces of any rubbish or flying dust or hair. Just make sure it's all kind of very stable and sterile around, right? It's not that it will be such a massive problem, but sometimes it can cause a problem. It never happened to me yet, but beer is pretty good with this. It doesn't go off that easy. As you see, it's a nice, very dark brownish liquid. What you want to do is to squeeze out the bottom, and then I also rinse it with the water, with the warm water inside, so I get anything out, everything out from the pouch. Okay, now the extra white malt extract, sorry. Tastes like a syrup. Now we take our magic big spoon and mix it properly. Because of we've warmed up the pouches with the malt and beer, basically the liquid inside it got warm, and it warmed up our barrel, or liquid in our barrel as well, by 2 degrees. So now there's 22, which is perfect to the yeast as well. If there is less temperature, you just add a little bit of hot water in. If there is more temperature, just wait a bit longer so it cools down. The way to know if you mix it all together is that when you take out the big spoon, you can always see the bits of the beer malt on the bottom of the spoon, and if there is none, you know that you mix it well, that it's all dissolved. So always check the bottom of the spoon to know if you mix it well. So the liquid gets dark brown, as I show you. You see, it's very dark brown. As you can see, there's still a bit of on the bottom of the spoon, so I know that there's still a bit to dissolve. Still a little bit. Now it looks like it's all dissolved. So perfect. Now what we want to do is to sprinkle over the top the yeast sachet, close it with a lid, place it over there. In my case, you place it wherever you have the still temperature, and wait for about 7 to 10 days, sometimes a bit longer, depends. Again, as I said, check the articles where you will learn about what temperatures and how it usually works out with the different types of beers. Okay, so let's open the sachet. So you can see it's tiny little balls. It's the yeasts. It looks like tiny little dried worms. Anyway, just sprinkle it over. The one tip is to sprinkle it equally over the surface of the water. Don't just shovel it in one place. It's better to sprinkle it equally. Since for some people it makes sense, but you know, just in case. Sometimes you forget the little so obvious details that are so obvious in the but in the time you just don't know. Okay, so we just did this. So I show you how I sprinkled it. As you can see, it's all over the top. It starts to basically soak the liquid in and dropping equally on the bottom. Look at the nice spiral there. Okay, so now we close it. Make sure that it's properly closed. We add a bit of water in our airlock. See, there is none, and that's it. Then we wait. Then it's just 10 years waiting time. I'm gonna update you on this Czech Pilsner beer and see you how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Okay, see you. Bye.